I keep expecting him to start singing "I Want to Break Free" in the middle of this movie. I want to break free. Do you love the movies? Did you love the search for the perfect rental on a Friday night? Did your parents have all of the premium channels so you watched movies you had no business watching at a young age? I know Anthony did. Welcome to Mike and Anthony's Soda Pop Culture Club. Me, Mike, along with my co-host Antoine.
I'm not going to shoot you between the eyes, John.
Oh my God, that's
you gotta do something else.
We're gonna get into that. Bring our take on a classic movie every Monday from the 80s, 90s, and beyond, during which we will play the game and open up a 6-pack of favorite scenes. We also point out a couple of generic scenes as well. At the end of the show, we'll rate the movie 1 to 24 cans. 1 can is Bennett having an unhealthy infatuation with you, and 24 cans is eating ice cream and feeding fawns with Arnold. Oh.
That's a shitty range right there.
It's a range, all right.
But I say, 1 can is impaling your enemy with a pipe that's shooting out steam, and you don't know where the fucking steam's actually coming from because it doesn't make any sense. 24 cans is meeting Alyssa Milano and finding out she's not your daughter after she's hit puberty. Okay. That's 24 cans.
Oh my gosh, it just got weird. But before we get to all that, we want to let you know some things. We have a Patreon. We want to encourage you to join it and help support the show. For as little as $5 a month, you get bonus patron-only episodes and much more. We plan on making most of our back catalog patron-only. But if we get 10 patrons by October, we will keep them up for all to hear because we love everyone. Plus, if you are a patron, we listen to your suggestions. So if you want us to do a movie, that would be a good way to suggest it. It'd be a good way to start. But you still can do a fast pass and send us $25 to our Venmo or PayPal, and that's at Soda Pop Culture Club. Just make sure you let us know. But not only do we have a Patreon, we also have the website, sodapopcultureclub.com, where you can buy some merch, make movie suggestions, and see our schedule. A couple more things. Don't forget to share the show with your friends. Check out our Instagram at Mike and Anthony, where we post cats reenacting famous movie scenes. So, you
say shit that's just not true, and I don't know why. Frankly,
Scarlett, I don't give a meow.
Hey, guess what? You want to be a patron? We take food stamps too. Hey, I'll throw that out into the world.
Actually, we try to post clever memes that go along with the movies we discuss. That's pretty much what we do. Finally, we need you to go to Apple Podcasts and hit us up for a 5-star or any star review and a comment. It helps with our show growing on that format, so it'd be super duper awesome. Anthony,
it helps our ego too. Let's just be honest.
Yeah,
that's
we love
the main thing.
That's it strokes our ego.
Yes.
Anything you want to say, Anthony, like about what we're doing this week?
We're doing something that's near and dear to my heart and makes me want to just strip down and put on a nice chainmail vest.
Want me to hit the trailer?
Please do.
They hunted him down.
You know, Colonel, we went to a lot of trouble to find you.
They murdered his friends. And they took the only thing he would kill for.
If you want your kid back, then you gotta cooperate. Right?
Wrong.
Now, somewhere, somehow, someone's gonna pay.
Do you think that he is going to give us any problems?
You'll do exactly as he's told.
Hasta luego, fellas.
You're a funny guy, Sully. That's why I'm going to kill you last.
Are you gonna tell me what's going on or what?
No. Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired. What are you doing?
Helping you get her back.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's what made you did.
I lied.
If it's a mission no man can survive, he's the man for the job. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Commando.
Let's party.
Ooh, that music.
Nice. So I got a quick question before we go into our shit here. And I don't know the guy's name. Maybe you do. The voiceover for all these fucking 80s previews.
Oh, I don't know. I just know him as the movie guy.
Wouldn't you? So, like, I mean, it's like, I feel like you almost got to make a list. What would you rather be? That guy doing all those previews, the voice of Optimus Prime, or the You've Got Mail guy?
Ooh, that's like the Hall of Fame of like people who've been heard the most.
Yes.
Yes. There was a time when I decided I'd want to be the time and temperature guy.
Oh, yeah. When you had to call in.
Remember, you ever seen Doc Hollywood?
Have I ever seen Doc Hollywood?
Okay. When he called Grady and they'd be like, it's only 83 degrees in Grady. Like,
now that was the time temperature voice right there. That's how you do it.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to add some flavor to it. Spice it up.
Yeah. I agree, man. That guy, he has to be a millionaire many times over.
I would hope so, but I don't know.
Although after hearing about what's her name in E.T. only making $389 or whatever
exactly.
it is.
Who is the voice of E.T., for fuck's sake. No residuals? Unless she probably fucking died of throat cancer long before.
Probably $389 and 2 cartons of Camel non-filters. So that's probably, or Lucky Strikes.
Lucky Strikes.
Give me my cigarettes. E.T. phone home.
E.T. phone home. Ring.
All right. What do we do next? Do we do the game or what?
I got to break my shit down first.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You got me out of whack here. You got me out of whack. Go.
Wiggity whack. All right. So here's our breakdown by the numbers, directed by Mark L. Lester and starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ray Dong Chong, Alyssa Milano, David Patrick Kelly, and Vernon Wells as Bennett, who much resembles Freddie Mercury on steroids.
Yes,
Commando was released on October 4th, 1985, taking in $57.5 million at the box office against a $9 million budget. It scores 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb and, wink, wink, 69% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes.
There we go.
I can't believe it only made $57.5 million because...
What do you mean only?
That's in the box office, because I can tell you this movie is probably more legendary than those numbers would say it is, like the Rotten Tomatoes,
but
the IMDb.
No, look, this is an action movie. It's an hour and a half long. It's
a tight hour and a half.
And we'll talk about this later.
It is slow, but I want to give a fact.
It's not slow, but it's not fucking Die Hard, okay?
Okay, but I do want to give a fact before we get into the game. Since you mentioned the cast, there was one casting what if here. What if this happened? Nick Nolte was almost selected ahead of Arnold. And I think that might have given us a very different movie indeed. What do you think this would have looked like if Nick Nolte... God damn it! Just follow the guy in the car. That's what I hear. I hear him like he was in like 48 Hours or Blue Chips or some shit.
Then like Down and Out in Syria or something.
Yeah, it was. That would have been rough. I think that would have been rough. All right.
Yeah, I don't think it would have worked. I don't think it would have made $57.5 million.
I still think it would have made money over the $9 million, but we're talking probably $30 million.
No, it would. You know what it would have been instead of what did he have? 10 hours to get her.
Oh,
it would have been 48 hours.
Yeah,
to find my kidnapped daughter.
They would have changed the time frame.
And that's when did 48 Hours come out? That was after this, right?
What year is this? 85. Ooh, the first one I think might have came out like right at this. Might have been the same year. Now that you're asking, right, I can take a look.
I feel like if Nick Nolte had been in it, they would have called it 48 Hours.
No, 48 Hours was 82.
Okay.
And you know, when you think about it, That's
Well,
probably
then Nolte couldn't have done it because you can't give him 10 hours. He needs 48. So
what's
he could not have
crazy-
been Commando.
another 48 hours came out 5 years after it. So that was a big gap. So there you go.
Big gap.
All right, are you ready to play the game, man?
I'm always ready to play the game.
All right,
Cover up your screen so I can't see your facial reactions.
Here we
I
go.
want to see your face on
Yes. And we're going to play the game. And when we play the game, what it is I'm going to read Anthony 3 movie reviews. 2 of them are fake. Or no, 2 of them are real.
Are you changing the shit on me? Changing the rules?
2 of them are real. 1 of them is fake. And that's the one that I have written. And he has to guess which one that is. You 2 can guess along with him. And he's been on kind of a roll lately. So I'm going to call him Butter for the day. Because he's on a roll. Right?
Okay. Butters.
Butter, not Butters. Butter.
I'd rather be Butters.
Butterbean. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Blaine Cooper of the St. Paul Examiner. Don't think, just watch. John Venable, supercola.com. So bad it's good, a guilty pleasure. Charles Cassidy, Common Sense Media. Brainless, explosion happy, action. There you go. That's your 3.
I'm going to just guess the second one. I'm not going for the names you did or anything. I'm just guessing the second one.
Okay. So that your reasoning is you're not just, it's just a guess. There's no reason behind
Yeah,
it.
just the whole so bad it's good kind of thing.
Okay. So what if I told you you're wrong? What would you think it would be?
Then
now?
I'd think I'd be wrong.
But which one would you pick if I?
One of the other 2.
Which one?
I don't know.
You are wrong. So pick one.
I don't want to.
You don't want to be wrong twice. That's why, right?
One.
Which one's that?
I don't know. The one you didn't read.
That's not in here.
Okay, what is it, asshole?
It is Blaine Cooper of the St. Paul Examiner. Don't think, just watch. And you want to know who Blaine Cooper is?
Blaine Gabbard's brother.
It is Jesse, the Body Ventura's character in The Predator.
Oh.
And he's from Minnesota, so I thought maybe putting St. Paul in there.
The article, or you did the Arnold connection with Predator?
Yeah.
Wow, good job.
Yeah, so...
Why didn't you just say Danny DeVito of the...
I don't know, man.
Twin City Times of the Twin City Times.
Danny DeVito of the Twin City Times.
Tonight is your night, bro.
Matrix could be my brother. We look so much alike.
Now, how fucking crazy is it that his last name is Matrix?
I don't know, man.
I'm like, dude, are you Neo's cousin and we don't know it?
Yeah, Neo's cousin. Definitely. Are you ready to get into this?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
All right. Retired Colonel John Matrix is informed by his former Superior Major General Franklin Kirby that all the other members of his former unit have been killed by unknown mercenaries. The mercenaries, among them Bennett, an ex-member of Matrix team, discharged for excessive violence, attacks Matrix's secluded mountain home and kidnap his daughter, Jenny. While trying to intercept them, Matrix is overpowered and abducted by the mercenaries. He's taken before the commander, Arius, a former South American dictator Matrix removed from power. Arius blackmails Matrix into carrying out a political assassination in his home country of Valverde, where he wishes to lead a military coup. With Jenny's life on the line, Matrix seemingly agrees to fulfill the demand.
Ooh, salsa Valverde.
That sounds so tasty.
It does.
You said it that way. Now I want to eat salsa Valverde. I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's salsa verde, but with a little Val in it. Some Val Kilmer. I don't know.
Oh, you're going to be my Iceman. All right. But I do love this opening. It's the opposite.
Ooh. So if you take salsa verde, put an ice cube in it, it's salsa Valverde.
There you go.
All right, we're opening a fucking restaurant. It's going to suck.
It's really going to suck. But I do want to tell you, I love this opening. It's the opposite of putting the band back together. We've seen that so many times. It's nice to see the dismantling of a band. Like, the whole everybody's getting killed. The whole group is getting taken out. Although the weak one is the guy getting hit by the car, in my opinion. I really don't know that he would be dead. That seemed a little bit too like, okay. Because the way it wasn't like he got hit by the car. He kind of like got pushed by the car.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of like Wolverine.
Yeah.
Where, all the mercs together, but band breaks up.
Yeah, it is. But this came first, so
yeah. But I mean, really, you have with Wolverine and his brother.
Yeah,
kind of got that with Arnold and Freddie Mercury.
That I think that relationship is different, and I'll get into it.
It's very different. Yes,
I think Bennett has a thing for Matrix.
I don't think so. I think Bennett, violence is like his subscription to Hustler. He gets so off on it, it's not even funny.
But I think Matrix and him doing violence together is like,
that's even, that's double stuff. Yes.
But I want to say this: as much as I like the open, I have to say the montage with Jenny, that has to be one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, let's talk about it. We and the music didn't help it. Did you hear the music that music was?
All right. I gotta say first, if you take that whole opening montage with them, and you mute it and you play the "Who's the Boss" theme song over it,
fucking A!
Then you're like, you're done. Okay, now I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but let's look at the things they did. They did feeding a fawn. They did some karate, some fishing, some ice cream, some pool time. It was like they did everything that you could think you'd want to do in one day, at least in the 80s, with the parrot figure. The feeding the fawn was kind of a little weird, but
yeah, I would say first, I still want to know what the hell was in that sandwich
that she made him.
Yes, and I gotta
sandwiches.
You don't want to know. I gotta call you out for not actually making. And I saw later you're gonna do this, but actually not making a Fast and Furious reference here. You could have been like, what'd you put in that sandwich?
I did. You're right. I did.
I can't believe you dropped the ball on that. But anyway, you hate this montage because it's too much activity for you.
Yeah.
Your montage, your family montage would be you eating a pizza while you're making ribs on the smoker and your daughter is listening to Fall Out Boy on vinyl.
Yes.
That would be your montage.
That's your going down swinging.
That's your family time montage. You wouldn't be doing karate. Fishing.
You want me to sing some Fall Out Boy for
maybe the ice cream, but that's it. You won't be doing all this other shit, so that's why you don't like it. Kumite. My wife actually, it's funny. I had told her we're doing Commando, and she was like, "You guys should do Bloodsport." I'm like, "We're fucking doing Bloodsport. That's a given."
Yeah.
We just haven't done it yet. But
we have a guy.
Of course, we're
doing the whole Van Damme catalog. What are we talking about?
Christ.
Universal Soldier. I
Double
mean, come
Team.
on. Yes. Death Warrant. I mean, we got it all.
Time Cop.
Yes. I mean, just for the weird scene where the guy has two of himself there. Don't touch me, you dumbass. Anyways, but here's the thing with this at the beginning. After the sandwiches, we couldn't get through this movie without one boomer style gay shaming. When Arnold says, why do they call him Boy George? Why don't they just call him Girl George and eliminate the confusion? But what's more perturbing about that than anything is that he then says, back in East Germany, which is the bad Germany, they said rock and roll led to what do you call it? Basically a bad lifestyle. And he says, maybe they were right when he's talking about Boy George. So it's like he's agreeing with fascist dictators because he doesn't like a gay man.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's nothing else in this movie like this. That's what's so fucking weird. This is the only thing like this in this movie. And I didn't even pick up on it until today.
Well, except for Bennett.
Well, Bennett being gay or what?
I don't know what he is.
I think, but he's not. But it's not like he's shamed for it or shaming anyone for it.
I'm
you know what I mean?
Literally, I mean, he did. I said, and I wasn't associated with gay or anything when I said this. He does look like Freddie Mercury on steroids. The mustache and everything. It's just what did it for me. but also his wardrobe looks like the Terminator meets Pauly Shore.
Yeah, it does. It's pretty bad.
That fucking chainmail
Hey,
top is like what kind of fucking Comic-Con are you going to?
he's gonna do the weasel. I'm gonna get you, Matrix. However you do that. I'm gonna get you, Matrix. I'm gonna get you like the weasel. Now
I'm gonna shoot you between the eyes.
Yes. This movie was only an hour and a half, like you said. It was a tight hour and a half, and I think a lesser movie would have extended it about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Of scenes because
Well,
it was a quick turnaround from the general was just here to the shit hits the fan. Like,
but
he literally leaves and then they're there.
you could say that, but at the same time, you have in this movie a good 20 minutes total of just random fucking killing and shooting and blowing shit up. Like, just nonstop.
Yeah.
The ending, the end sequence, but together with some of the other things. So you really only have about a 48-minute movie here, give or
I
take.
agree. That's why if they would have added 15 more minutes of exposition of him being with the daughter, maybe getting to the evening time, maybe making it dark out.
But you're saying that would have been too much.
Yeah, I'm saying, as I'm saying, it have bloated it maybe.
And
but that because someone would have wanted to have a little bit, they would want to have a little more lead time after the general.
Yeah, I don't think that's why they made this. I don't think that's what people went there to see. They saw what they
Oh,
wanted.
they made a movie for people who like guns to get an erection.
We do get exactly. We get a little more exposition when John and Cindy are driving Sully's Porsche after he let him go. But
Yeah.
it was good. It was at that moment, like you said, it wasn't like extra forced bullshit in the beginning. But I do find it pretty fucking lame that he's such a great mercenary, knows his shit, yet he doesn't know that there's 20 fucking goons in the bushes 5 feet all around him.
He smelled them. He
Like,
smelled them though.
Spidey sense was taking a nap. Like,
But he
what
did
the hell?
say he smelled them. Remember when he got into the thing? He's like, they're down. You're downwind of them, so you should be able to smell them. He's like, you could smell them. Yeah, I did. So he smells them.
Yeah,
He does have some
so you
Spidey
just-
sense.
He was apparently surprised by them being there. So he
Which he
smelled them,
shouldn't
but
have
he did
been.
nothing until the other guy flew away.
That's it. He should. He
I was
could
just
have
waiting.
He should have said, Kirby, I'm being really quiet because they're here already.
Because
So
seriously,
get on.
that led to your daughter getting kidnapped.
Take my daughter with you on the helicopter.
Right. Like he could wink Morse code to him with his eyes or something.
Yeah, he knows that shit. He probably could do whatever.
Alyssa Milano gonna get kidnapped. And she's not of legal age. Don't know what they'll do to her.
Whoa, Kirby be like, whoa, you fucking coming on to me, John?
Ooh. Should wear some fucking mascara if you're gonna wink at me like that.
I do love the ballsy move of kamikazing down the hill. I do like that. That was a good thing. Him going down that hill after him. But
I just wish as he was doing that, he would have been yelling, "As you wish." That's the one line missing.
Or I want my $2. Let's see. See, got you on that. $2. Man, that's a movie we never talk about, but it's so classic. I do think the movie plot, though, is kind of dumb with the assassination, but it's a good enough mechanism to give us the time frame, and I think that is what it did. The whole Valverde and a coup. Who gives a fuck? But giving us 11 hours, we have a clock, it's ticking, and we know what we need to do. But when we learn about this is when we meet the leader, what's his name? Dan Hidea's character, Arius. And this is where I'm going to give my first generic.
You can call him Anus.
Mr. Anus. Dan Hidea is awful to me. And I'm saying it early because he's just awful as this dictator. He's like, he sounds stupid. He doesn't even sound like he's in the right movie.
He's not. He's not in the right movie. We've seen the right movies he's in.
This is not a Clueless, great movie.
Clueless, Roxbury. We've seen all this shit that he is awesome in. This is just not the character for him.
No.
And I completely agree. I'm watching this again. I'm like, Oh my God. Really? This isn't you?
This is not.
That's
this is
not who
him.
we love. And I don't care if you want to say he's typecast in more comedic roles, but that's where you live. That's your wheelhouse.
That's your place, man.
He's
That's your
done
place.
so much great work. But yeah, this does not. Yeah, no. I think, hey, guess what? You know who could have replaced him?
Who?
Nick Nolte.
But how would he play a Latin American dictator?
Oh, he could do it. He played
Hey,
a basketball
muchacho.
coach.
Hey, muchacho, go down there. I couldn't see you get down to his low voice. Hey there, Matrix.
He played a college basketball coach. He could do this.
God damn it, Matrix, go down there and kill that motherfucker. That's what it sounds like. All right. So now
I gotta say real quick. Sorry. We are gonna talk about him a little bit, but this is not my generic, but David Patrick Kelly is Sully.
Yes, punchable.
Is such a fucking guy you want to beat the living hell out of. Just we'll talk about more, but he was in the movie Dreamscape with Dennis Quaid. Do you remember that?
The Crow.
But no, Dreamscape though.
I don't know that movie, but I know The Crow.
Okay, I couldn't fucking stand him in that either.
I couldn't stand him in Crow when they strapped him in that thing and he had him looking
God, he's such an asshole. He turned into this snake creature. It used to creep me out as a kid, but I fucking hated him just as a person before he was a snake. Holy shit.
We need to watch that.
You've never seen Dreamscape? Yeah, you got to watch that.
I may have, but you know how it is. I've watched so many movies that sometimes I just forget. So
no, this one didn't have a bunch of nudity in it, so you probably don't remember it as well. But yeah, Dreamscape. And right before we get into the next section, please hang tight for a couple of quick words here. So here we go. After boarding a plane to Salsa Valverde, Matrix manages to kill his guard and jumps from the plane just as it is taking off. With approximately 11 hours before the plane is scheduled to land, he sets out after another of Arius's men, Sully. He enlists the aid of an off-duty flight attendant, Cindy. Cindy first assumes that Matrix is a madman, because why wouldn't you? But after she sees Sully pull a gun on Matrix in the ensuing fight, she decides to assist him in his endeavor. After a lengthy car chase, Matrix catches up with Sully and drops him off a cliff to his death. Taking a motel key from Sully's jacket, Matrix tracks down and confronts Cook, a former Green Beret in Arius's employ. Matrix tells Cindy that Arius was going to kill Jenny regardless of whether or not he did the job. Afterwards, Matrix and Cindy break into a warehouse owned by Arius, which supplies weapons for his army. Matrix learns where Jenny is being held after looking at a map of the island where Arius' villa is located. It was the greatest shopping spree ever there.
But this covers a lot of ground, this section.
Yeah,
but it shows you have a 6-pack right away. Do you want to hit it?
I do. Hit it.
Okay, here you go.
Before he gets on the plane, I'm making this a 6-pack only because it was so fucking lame that to me it crosses so hard past generic that it just goes back to a 6-pack, if that makes sense.
It's like it went full circle.
It's the only way I can describe it. It went full fucking circle from completely fucking lame generic to, well, I gotta make it a 6-pack. I'll be back, Bennett.
That was obviously inserted.
So many people love that line, but oh my sweet lord, it was lame.
That's not the line that I love. And that's the thing. I actually number them here if you go through here. And
Me either.
I didn't pick that
I know
one.
you do. I didn't pick it. Like I said, it's so lame that they had to insert that in this movie that I had to actually make it a 6-pack because I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I agree. It is, and it calls back to Terminator, is why they did it. So there you go. It's
But I have to make it a 6-pack. I just feel like it needs the recognition for that.
Okay, so what I want to get into is this movie. I don't know about for you. I watched a lot of action movies as a kid, but I think this one was the first one I saw that was action-packed, and we forgave it for some of its lack of realism. Like we liked so much what was happening that we were like, fuck yeah, a guy jumping off a plane into a swamp at that speed is okay.
Here's what's funny. I gotta say, I saw it at a really young age too.
Yeah, we
So
did.
it's one of those ones I grew up with. I saw it so many times that it's not that I forgave it. I just didn't fucking know any better because I was so young.
That's
I didn't
I
forgive
don't-
him. It's like, yeah,
Well,
But
I don't know. I think you kids
Well,
now are a little more savvy.
now, no, here's what's really funny about it though. I remember as a young kid watching this, younger than I should have been, I'm sure, but it wasn't even like forgiving it for those unrealistic things. The biggest fucking thing that me and my friends argued about was the Porsche,
Oh, really?
the wreck, and then they're driving it through town. They're like, "Look, there's nothing wrong with it. They rolled that thing and it's completely fine." And it was like the other side that it rolled on. But we had arguments about that, about the Porsche, not about all the other bullshit going on that was physically impossible. It was
Pulling a guy
about
off the ledge by
look at
one
that
arm.
Porsche. No, it's completely fine. That's not the same Porsche. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, they don't understand how a Porsche engine works. They actually can work even after being on their side.
No, it wasn't about them it working. We thought it was totaled, and you see it driving down the street.
Yeah,
and
it
it's
can
completely
happen.
fine. Yeah.
It can happen. This is like I said, that was one thing. But the idea of the ticking clock made this a great movie, and it always adds drama to anything. I think the ticking clock is part of what makes this good. If you didn't have that, it'd just be some guy going around killing people without an agenda.
I mean, it's not a trope or anything, so yeah.
Yeah, it's not a trope. No,
Not at
not at
all.
all. Although, did you ever see Nick of Time with Johnny Depp?
I was actually thinking that when I said that.
But you know what was unique about that movie is that all the events in Nick of Time happened in the time of the movie. Like they did it so that every second was the time
Right.
that you were seeing. And I think that was a better use of ticking clock than this.
Johnny Depp. Woo!
Anyways, how he gets off the plane, though, like we said, he jumps. But before he does that, he hits the guy that is supposed to be watching him and knocks him out. And we get our first one-liner.
Breaks his neck.
Well, yeah, he knocks him out.
Killed him.
Yeah, he killed him, broke his neck.
He's dead tired.
The line is he's dead tired. That's our first, I would say, one-liner that's not stolen, right? Like the other one was "I'll be back."
Well, I can't say that's stolen because that was his fucking line. I'll be back.
But it's. Hey, I didn't see James Cameron directing this. I thought that was his movie, right? Didn't he direct Terminator? So I don't think.
Hey,
So he stole it.
Yeah, whoever said the line, that's their line to me.
Whoever wrote the movie. And
hey, we don't know. I don't know who wrote that line. Maybe
it wasn't whoever wrote this.
Maybe it was ad-libbed.
It wasn't one of the 6 writers of Commando, I'm sure.
How do we not know that?
What?
We're not good at our jobs.
What don't I know?
If "I'll be back" was ad-libbed or...
Oh, it wasn't ad-lib. The guy could barely speak English at the time.
Right, but that's not that hard.
He'd have to say it in like German to be ad-libbed.
Well, that's why he didn't have a lot of lines except one-liners in this too.
Yeah, yeah, it was not ad-libbed. It was intentional. Totally intentional. But I want to get into when he gets to the mall. He grabs Cindy and they get to that mall. Well, actually, they get to the airport where he first sees Cindy, and we see the payphones. Payphones in this movie are featured a lot.
Yes, they are.
And it's like, that's an era that has passed. People don't understand those phone banks used to be everything to people. Like you get off a plane or right before you got onto a plane, you go there and you make a call to let people know, hey, I'm leaving. Now you just send a text or whatever, or they just watch you on your app that tracks you where you're at, wherever the fuck you are.
Everybody knows where we're at. We're tracked everywhere.
We're tracked everywhere, man. That's what it is. But no, it was a different time. But I want to get into your favorite character.
The government knows when I go to take a shit and when I go to wash my hands. I mean, that's...
Are you an experiment that you have to like write those down?
No,
say,
we all are.
I shat today.
No, they just know. They know because you got your phone with you.
I don't take my phone to the restroom actually when
Really?
I'm at work specifically.
Not at work, but other times.
Well, no, actually, I try not to because that's how you don't ever drop it in the toilet.
Well, just don't drop it in the toilet.
Yeah, but see, I make sure that does not happen.
Okay. I've never dropped mine in the toilet, so...
That is the number one thing people do to ruin their phones.
Oh, I understand that, but the number one way you don't ruin your phone? Be fucking careful with it.
I am,
and
so I don't take it in there.
To wipe without dropping your phone. I don't know what people are doing half the time. Seriously, like, how I
You
just
wrap the phone in toilet paper and use it to wipe your ass.
like that's what I'm saying. Is that what people are doing? How the hell do you keep people? So many people drop their phone in the toilet. Like I always think, like if you drop your phone in the toilet, it's like because you're drunk or something.
Yeah, it could be.
Like how do you
Most
just
of the time.
fucking drop your phone in the toilet? I understand accidents happen, but if you're set it down, finish up, wash your hands, get your phone.
All right.
The
All
phone.
right. So I want to get on.
Okay.
You have some gripes about cell phones. Maybe we should have a thing. But I want to say your favorite character, Sully, he's outrageous when he comes on to Cindy, right? He's like, "Oh man, come on," and then as soon as she's like, "No," he's like, "You fucking whore."
Yep. That's how they did it back
fucking
then.
whore.
That's how they did it back then.
You fucking whore. You're just a fucking whore. Oh man.
Fucking whore. What? Because I'm a foot and a half shorter than you? Fucking whore.
But I want to say this. I love what we get next is that's where we get to the mall. And the mall scene for me is iconic for all the movies that have been there. But I do like it more for the action we get. Even though Ray Don Chong is still afraid of him, and it leads him to his tussle with the cops. But
yes,
I do love all the movies that were filmed there. So I'm going to give a fact about that. The Galleria was featured in scenes in several films. The Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Valley Girl, Night of the Comet, Commando, Back to the Future Part 2, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Albert Brooks' Mother, Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge, I've never heard of that, Walk Like a Man, that's a Howie Mandel movie, Inner Space, and Chopping Mall were filmed at the Galleria, as were scenes for the 2011 release Crazy Stupid Love.
No, nice. Crazy Stupid Love, that's awesome. I gotta tell you, Chopping Mall and Night of the Comet, that hit home for me right there.
I've watched Chopping Mall. We're gonna do that.
Oh, I know. Terminator 2 as well. That's amazing.
Yeah. Are you ready for your generic? I see you have a generic.
I have my generic. All right. Ray Dong Chong sucks in this movie. And I'm sorry. First, she almost gets him killed by trying to give him up to the cops. Then she saves him from one fucking cop in the mall after he kicked the shit out of everybody else. And she's going off in the car later about how she saved him and offered to help him find his daughter and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bitch, no, you didn't. You started the whole damn mall fiasco. It almost ruined everything.
Yeah, if she would have just said, hey, let's go fuck Sully and go back to her car, he could have knocked his ass out, gotten the hotel key, and they would have never had that bullshit.
Right. So I blame her for a lot of this shit.
But here's the thing. I wouldn't get my first six-pack if she didn't start the shit. And I'm going to hit it. And my first six-pack is when she tells the mall cops and the one cop is looking at him. He goes, he's one gigantic motherfucker. I love that.
That is awesome.
It's like, awesome. Oh man, we wouldn't get that, and that's one of the funniest lines in the movie. To me, it is. You know,
it has this movie has so many one-liners crammed into it. That, it's really funny. Like you got the Terminator where he's getting the one line, "I'll be back,"
and it's extremely iconic.
It is extremely. So then this movie is just like try to load it with as many fucking one-liners as you can from Arnold.
And I didn't even put that in here as the one-liner. We've got some more here in a minute.
Also give him the same one-liner he had from Terminator. Like, so that's kind of like, it's kind of like the stupid ass charm about this movie that there's so many bad one-liners in it.
It's all the tropes.
Yes.
In one movie. We get them all. And I think that's what makes it so endearing. And it's not a bad movie with all the tropes. Like, it isn't so tropey that we go, oh, I can't watch that. It just adds to it a little kitschiness that makes us, laugh a little, but still enjoy it. I think that's a good thing. Now, what I want to talk about is something looks like you, when I was talking about the cop.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Where did all these mall cops come from?
I
like 50 of them
I agree. I'm like, really? What the hell? I don't think Compton has that many mall cops.
No,
as this
nowhere.
Mall. Like, what the fuck is going on at this mall on the reg?
I know, man. It's like the moment he turns a corner, he'll knock out 5 or 6 of them, and another swarm will
Yeah.
come at him.
Like, it's literally like a fucking video game where you defeat one enemy and fucking 17 more pop up.
It's
You're
the
never going to
Matrix.
get to the next level.
It's the third Matrix.
Exactly.
And it's Matrix. And it's the third Matrix.
It is.
All right.
So wait,
but,
does that make the third Matrix actually the fourth Matrix? Because this is the first Matrix? Ooh. Mind blown. Is this really the first Matrix?
Boom, boom, boom. But I will say, one of the cool things about this, we do get that cool scene where he picks Sully up in that phone booth.
Yes.
I do love that.
I that to me, like, that whole scene is very reminiscent of something out of Total Recall.
Yeah.
Partly because those phone booths, like, that looked like some futuristic fucking phone booths to me. I don't remember.
Circular. I don't remember seeing those anywhere.
I don't either. And I'm like, so this is like, and then just the way, he picks up the whole fucking thing and everything. Like, very Total Recall-esque.
Do you think they made them that way so that it was easier for him to pick up?
I don't know.
Like, that was like a conscious choice. Like, oh, we can't make it square because it's too fucking hard. Like, that could be. I'm just thinking that's the only reason.
It could be.
But after
I've never seen phone booths like that in my life outside of that movie.
But after all that, we get another cool scene, and that's the car chase. And they wreck, and I think it's funny because I have a note about it here. Is like they wreck, and Solly's on the car's on its side.
Yeah,
but he does at least take the moment to ask Cindy if she is okay before going over to kill Solly. I mean, at least he shows a little bit.
Now, and you mentioned this before, how we kind of suspended disbelief with this movie growing up and didn't really question a lot of the shit you should question, but you don't, as far as the realism and stuff.
Oh yeah,
hell no. They crashed so fucking hard into that pole, front on, no seatbelts being worn, and it's complete bullshit to me because Ray Dong Chong is long gone after that fucking crash.
She's over that cliff.
She is flying out of that car half a fucking football field down the road. She's done.
I think they were facing towards the cliff that he eventually dropped Solly off. So,
she's either off the cliff or into the fucking pole. They don't have seatbelts on.
None of them are pretty.
Fucking drop top. No way. And both of them just like, ugh, yeah. You okay? Let me just get out of the car now because I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger and I don't have a fucking seatbelt on. And I'm fine.
My muscles cushion my
wreck. My muscles are my airbags.
My pecs are my airbags. But I do like that he kills Solly, and we get two one-liners out of all that. The first one is, I thought you said I told you I was going to kill you last. He's like, yeah, you did. And he's like,
I lied.
That's your one-liner right there. Then when he gets in the car and talks to Cindy, she goes, what happened to Solly?
I let him go.
There you go. Solly gets 2 one-liners on that bullshit.
He does, yeah.
But here's what so when they're done there, he actually explains to Cindy what's wrong, right? He actually tells her about
There's our exposition, yes.
the Jenny and all that. And that's where I found it interesting that there is a Venn diagram where Forrest Gump and John Matrix cross over and are both looking for Jenny. They both have a love for Jenny.
That's a read. Okay.
It's like there's a commonality there. I'm just saying.
A little bit of a reach.
What?
I called you out earlier for not doing your Fast and Furious crossover because of the sandwich. Would you put in a sandwich? That I would have been okay with. This is a reach.
Don't say that. That's
all they both know is they can only reach Jenny at 8675309.
Jenny, I got your number. I want to make you mine. Yeah, I can sing that one. Maybe I ought to sing to everyone and we just not do this podcast. Yeah, just do that. Just sing. But I don't think I can because we get in trouble, I think, if I sang songs.
Twitch it.
Fuck you.
Twitch it.
I know what you're saying that for, and I'm gonna kick your ass. That's but I do want to say
so.
But they get to Solly's hotel room, and so they turn on the shower, and and Cindy acts like she's with Sully when Cook comes to the door. And I think there obviously are not bros, because if if you were single and I were single or whatever it was, and I came to the door and I saw you were with a girl, and the girl came to the door and it's like, oh, well, just tell him, I stopped by, and then I would wait maybe outside and see what happens or something. I wouldn't like mess up your situation. I wouldn't want to cock block you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's the case.
Why?
Because Sully, even though he is a dirty, fucking horrible person and a pervert, he has a job to do. They're not expecting him to be banging somebody at that point in time. You're to deliver the goods.
He did deliver the goods.
At that time. You're supposed to be
At that point,
there.
what was he supposed to be delivering to that guy? Nothing. Matrix is supposedly on the plane. And he's already made the call earlier saying, yes, he got on the plane. So to me, there is nothing to deliver other than his dick into whatever girl's in front of him.
Well, then either way, as a professional like Cook was, albeit a bad guy, you don't just take somebody else's word. You go to the door for somebody. That's who you expect to see. And you want to see that motherfucking midget.
That's okay. Okay. Well, here's what I want to say this about Cook. Cook does get in there, him and Matrix tussle, but I have the third one-liner here. And you want to say it?
Oh, go ahead. I'll let you.
I eat green berets for breakfast, and right now I'm really hungry.
Right now I'm really hungry.
Because Cook says he's a Green Beret, and that's his response. So we get another one-liner, which is always nice. It's always nice. But what I love about the fight, and I'm going to give my six-pack here.
All right.
It's an excellent fight, but what's more excellent is the scene in the next room over. And that is, what is that amateur, or it could be pro porn video situation in the next room? What is going on there? Because that's like, they had the camera set up, and like back in then, that was expensive equipment to do that.
And that girl's boobs, those were built for porn.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, that was a pretty interesting situation. I'm surprised when I was a kid, I did not see that the same way I do now.
We finally found somebody in this movie with bigger tits than Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, yes, that was porn, for sure.
You think it was? You think that was the real deal?
That was maybe like some knockoff Skinamax.
Yeah.
Either way, I wanted to finish the end of that movie, and I didn't get a chance to. I would have watched that movie.
I would have watched it. That's vintage now.
If they had released Commando as a double disc set, and you could watch that movie as a second disc, shit.
Commando, the room next door. That's just called.
Commando, room 6.
Room 6. But I do want to take a moment to appreciate something. After they kill Cook, they're going out to his car. I want to take a moment to appreciate the size of the trunk in his car. That was a 3 dead body trunk, at least. That was a pretty deep trunk.
Yeah, it was. I'll give a shout out right now.
What is that?
A friend of mine that may listen to this podcast, this particular episode. I'm going to say, and he'll understand this, my friend Matt, that was a 3 dead body trunk at least, or 2 au pairs. Leave it at that. That's just a hidden thing.
Well, okay, I'm not in on that joke, but I can tell you,
I just wanted to throw that in there.
I would like to have a really good night with 2 au pairs. I don't know if I'd want them dead in the trunk.
I don't think you would.
Au pairs, aren't those people who watch babies and kids?
Yeah, if you could fit only 2 of them in a trunk, I don't know if you want to have a night with them.
Oh, well, that trunk? Well,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, okay.
That means we get our fourth one-liner, though, when she says, what are we going to do? He says, okay. We'll take Cook's car. He won't be needing it.
What are you waiting for? It's your one-liners. You got them on here.
Yeah, but,
I'm giving you the glory.
Well, we'll take Cook's car. He won't be needing it. That's what he says. That's another one-liner. He just comes up. It's like they said, hey, let's see how many we can fit in this movie. And they kind of did that. Now, there is one more part after this, and that's where they go to the warehouse. And I think this is the biggest lull in the movie.
Yeah.
Not much going on. It's pretty predictable. They're going to find what they need, and that's it. Like, there's not much there that they do. It doesn't. There's no intrigue. There's nothing exciting about it. It's like a 5-minute. Hey, here's a breather.
It's funny you say that though, because like there's not a lot of room in this movie for lulls at all.
No, but that's about the biggest one, and I don't
Yeah.
mean calling that a lull. It's more of a dip, right? Like they just took a little
dip.
dip.
You dip, we dip. Yep.
Yeah, I dip, you dip, we dip. Yes, that's so good. I like that.
I like dip. Major leaguers do it.
Matrix breaks into a surplus store to equip himself with military weaponry, but is immediately arrested by the police. Cindy helps him escape by using a rocket launcher on the police car, and after commandeering a seaplane from a nearby marina controlled by Arius, Matrix and Cindy land the plane off the coast of Arius Island hideout. Matrix instructs Cindy to contact General Kirby, and then proceeds to Arius' villa, killing Arius and his army. Jenny escapes to the villa's basement, but is captured by Bennett. Matrix tracks them, and after a lengthy fight, finally kills Bennett by impaling him with the steam pipe. Kirby arrives with a military detachment and asks Matrix to rejoin the unit, but Matrix declines and departs the island aboard the seaplane with Jenny and Cindy, telling Kirby, "No chance." Is that a one-liner, though? I didn't put that in here as a one-liner, but you think no chance? I don't think it is. I think it's just an answer.
I don't know. Like, it's kind of lame, actually. No chance. Kind of said it like he didn't say it like Arnold-esque. It's like no chance.
Yeah. So do you want me to go on about the shopping scene first, or do you want to give out your 6-pack on it first?
I got 2 6-packs, so go ahead and get on with your getting on about the
What I was to say, I think in many ways the shopping scene in this movie, because we had talked about it earlier, right? This is like a wet dream for many people in our great country here. And I think it was even for me at 12, because or 11, whenever I was when this came out. I guess it's hard to imagine a small horde of arms exists like that, and to assume it. Like, I don't understand how he goes there and he finds that. Like does he know it was there because maybe he shopped there before, or am I supposed to be a kid in the 80s thinking this is what all the army surplus stores have?
He knew where to go.
You think he did?
I think so.
Okay.
He's very skilled at what he does. He has shopped through government agencies. He's probably shopped through the black market at times. I don't know. He's gone different places. He knows where
he's seen some shit.
Dennis Rodman's Shop O' Guns is from Double Team. He knows where all these places are.
He knows where they all are. But here's the thing. Like it says, he gets done, or doesn't get done. He's almost done with it, and then he gets caught by the police. Now, I'm going to get to your 6-pack here in a moment. But don't you think it a little strange that she pulls up next to the police van and they don't look in the backseat of her fucking car? Like, Radon Chong is not so hot that I wouldn't go, wonder what's in the backseat of the car, and look, just give it a quick glance. She's not so hot. It's like, I'm like mesmerized by her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, at least, and you just had a break in. Would you think, oh, well, that's that shit back there?
I don't know. That's cops not doing their job, I guess.
I'm going to hit
instance.
I am going to hit your 6-pack. Are you ready?
I'm ready. All right. Obviously, the rocket launcher. Where did you learn to do that? I read the instructions. Like, that was literally the one good part Ray Dong Chong had in this film.
You think so?
Yes. I'm sorry. And I'm a fan of Ray Dong Chong. I've enjoyed her in other movies and other things.
Yeah.
Her character in this is just so fucking annoying. And I get, like, I'm freaked out, that whole thing. I don't know what the hell's going on, but it just was annoying. And then all of a sudden it's like, then we get to the end of the movie. It's like, oh, Alyssa Milano is like, hey, is this my new mom? I don't know what the fuck's going on when they get on that plane.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Oh, we're going to be a big happy family now. I found you a mother. Like, what is that what happened?
I guess so.
I don't know. They fucking fly off the water.
It's kind of a romance, but it isn't.
But not. Like, there's nothing ever happened. They didn't fucking make their own Skinamax movie in the next motel room over.
No.
Like, nothing.
They should have done that. They should have said, hey, before we go, I think I have 20, 30 minutes we can kill to.
I have invaded your life and ruined your fucking car. You almost got me killed. And I told you my life story for about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
This is enough that we're going to have a happy ending together.
I agree. I don't know. It's like Speed though. Think of Speed too, you know.
I digress. Oh geez. I gotta give
That's a great fucking movie though.
What? Speed 2?
Speed. Oh. No. Speed.
You said Speed 2.
Speed.
You said
T-O-O.
I got
Speed
it. Okay, because I was like,
2.
holy fuck, dude. Wow. God damn it. That almost kept me from making my most excellent promise to do another podcast with you.
Were you going to ask me to do something?
If you had said Speed 2 was good. Yeah, I got my last 6-pack. I got to throw this in here too. All right. This has always been it for me watching this movie as a kid. Arnold getting ready for action. Now, I could have done without seeing him in the Speedo in the boat.
Oh, no, you
couldn't. I didn't need that. No, you couldn't.
No,
you could.
That.
You couldn't. I could.
That.
You couldn't. I could. But him putting on all of his shit in the camouflage face and body paint and all this shit, that was awesome. The whole getting ready to fucking go kill a bunch of people.
But, that's awesome. But here's what I want to say. When they were getting in the plane.
Yeah.
And he grabs the shit out of the car. Like, they just grabbed how many heavy guns and ammo and shit, and he's able to grab that one big-ass blue duffel bag with one fucking arm and something else in the other, and he's like, just takes it. It's not very realistic for the shit he had. That thing would be fucking heavy. He'd need a forklift.
Hey, we saw him in the very beginning of the fucking movie carrying a fucking tree.
Yeah, but that's
one arm.
Oh, is that the thing that set it up to where he can carry a duffel bag full of arms?
Well, I'm just saying, we saw him doing that in the beginning of the fucking movie. I can carry a whole fucking tree by myself. Like, Paul Bunyan is my bitch, is basically what he's showing us there.
But after that, before we get to your favorite scene where you like to watch him wax his pecs, what did you think about the Bill Paxton as the air traffic controller? I never realized that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I forgot all about that.
I did too. I mean, when you see this as a kid, I didn't know who Bill Paxton was until much later, seen him in other stuff. So
yeah. Now, while all this is happening, this is where the movie gets a little weird for me. I get some real strong vibes, and I know you don't agree, of attraction from Bennett when it comes to Matrix. He talks longingly about him and Matrix killing together. It's like he's imagining this being a date with Matrix when he shows up. But then strangely, he wants to kill him. He has to be one of the worst bad guys in movies.
I think
but it's a great fucking movie.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's any kind of attraction towards him. Like I said, I literally think he is sexually attracted to violence. Bennett is.
I don't know. Like,
now,
he
but here's
if it were me in Matrix, we'd have killed everybody.
Yeah.
If it were me in Matrix.
But here's the thing. He has that complex. I want to be better than you. You left. I want to prove now that I am better than you, and I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to shoot you between the eyes, either with my gun or my dick. I don't know.
Does he have daddy issues and
not
Matrix
sexual,
is daddy?
Shoot you between the eyes. Now, the problem with that is, as far as when you're talking, like, again, the chainmail fucking mesh tank top doesn't help his cause.
No, never
Not
does.
a good look. And
Not
it's stupid.
I keep expecting him to start singing "I Want to Break Free" in the middle of this movie. I want to break free.
But here's like that shirt. It's not even, and I'm not saying it even makes him look gay, because I wouldn't ever say that. It makes him look stupid. Really fucking
he looks
stupid. Yes. This is not a gay thing. It's not anything. It's just a stupid fucking shirt that should never have been invented. And I don't think everybody's ever worn that since. I've never fucking seen that shirt on anybody else except this douchebag in this movie. What the living fuck? What is it? Because it's like you're wearing chainmail, but it's just coming up your tits. And that's it. If you're worried about getting shot in the tits, okay, fine. But what about the rest of you?
Wouldn't chainmail chafe your nipples?
Oh, he had a little t-shirt under it, I think, too.
Yeah, but what if you got hard on your nipples there a little?
I don't know. I don't know because I don't wear chainmail.
That's what I want to know. I want the hard-hitting questions,
Right.
Anthony.
I mean,
The hard-hitting questions.
the only time
Just
I ever wore chainmail was playing Dragon Warrior.
What kind of fucking thing was that?
Chainmail in Dragon Warrior.
Where?
You got chainmail. This is your first bit
Where?
of armor.
In a game, in a video game, or real life?
Dragon Warrior, the video game, you dumb fuck.
I thought you were thinking like you went and did some cosplay shit where you were a fucking Dragon Warrior, like in the park, putting on your foam swords and shit.
I only do cosplay on Halloween, and you know this.
Yeah, right. Unless the cause is good to play. That's all I'm saying. Now, what I do love is this is the part of the movie where we get the absurd macho bullshit
Yes.
that so many people love. And once he gets to the place and he starts killing people, we get to see him using all the toys.
Yeah.
That's what everyone loves. Everyone loves to see him using all the toys we saw earlier. We saw the rocket launchers. We saw the grenades. We saw the fucking knives. We saw all of it. And then we get to see it. I think that's pretty cool. I do like that.
So I find it funny, like, because I think this it's kind of a trope too. I think in action movies where you load up with all this gear and you want to make sure you use it all. So we always see that, like, whatever you
it's like
start
James
with,
Bond movie. They
you
show
gotta-
it to you. You got to use it.
every fucking thing you have until you're down to a fucking pistol.
And he did. He used
he did.
every
fucking thing he used until he was down to the pistol, and then he had to go to the fucking shed and get the garden tools out.
And then he killed somebody and took their gun and shotgun and went in the house. Yeah, and that's when he killed Arius. But here's the thing: once the explosions hit, that's one of the things that's when I thought Bennett also got a little weird, because while these explosions are happening, what does Bennett do? He says he welcomes John back longingly. This dude is thirsty for Matrix, bro. He is so excited that oh my gosh. Because, that's foreplay to him. You just blew some people up. I'm getting hot I love you and I'm hot for you. And you killed people. Oh my gosh. That's what he's feeling, man.
I do feel like this movie should have had like a subtitle, Commando. Bennett's thirst for the Matrix.
Bennett's thirst for the Matrix. Yes. Although that wasn't even a term back then. I don't even think that would have you'd be ahead of your time. Fucking A.
Bennett's hunger for the Matrix. I don't know.
Yes,
Whatever.
he's hunger.
Wow.
So out of all these things, he's mowing down all the people firing from the hip. That's very not realistic. I mean, obviously you can't be that accurate, but everybody falls and dies.
It's Rambo or Commando, whatever you want to call it. It's the same fucking movie.
At this point. Now, the one thing I haven't pointed out, but there are some things you could point out with the modeling in this and like the dummies they used and some of the like there was a guy who fell off the tower. You can see the wires holding on the thing.
And that yell every time.
What's that? A Wilhelm scream or something?
Yeah.
The same shit every time. Yeah, but it's not great. Now, the one thing that is a little different is when he does come out of the shed and he chops that guy's arm off. You're a horror guy. How did that feel? How'd you feel about that? I mean, was that a good chop or is it just eh?
Oh my God, you missed the mark on that one bad.
Why?
Because fuck that. The first kill, the fucking saw blade cutting off a quarter of his head.
Oh yeah, that
was epic.
That's your epic one?
That's
okay.
way fucking better.
The one to the chest was kind of like, meh.
No, the saw blade.
It looked like it scalped him. That's why I didn't.
No, you watch it again.
It takes off a quarter of his head.
Like the forehead, it takes off a good 5 inches right off his head. Watch it again. Now you got to watch that part again and actually pay attention because I can't believe you actually brought that up instead of that.
Well, I thought the arm looked like more gore to you, like that
No.
we saw it, like
No.
right
That
there on.
no, that was it.
Okay,
That was the money shot, other than the boobs in apartment 6 earlier. That was the
there
money
may
shot.
have been a money shot in that scene that we
Yes.
did not see.
That was the money shot.
But I'll say this, like I said, he's the generic of this movie for me, and that's Hideo.
Yeah.
He went out like a bitch for the guy who's supposed to be the bad guy, like the real
Yeah.
bad guy. Bennett is like the lackey for him.
You know, it's funny because like I'm literally, and this is another thing too, like you watch him in that fucking mansion with Anus.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Brad Wesley up there. Am I watching Roadhouse again?
You're right, because
Just
the
with Arnold
guy who he killed
Schwarzenegger?
on the bank with the throat thing is Bennett, right?
Right.
Like,
And,
yeah,
like,
and then, yeah.
I'm just like watching this now. I'm like, where's the polar bear?
He just killed them in reversed. That's
What
all.
the
He
hell?
just killed Wesley first in this, then
Yeah.
went after the badass. Okay. Now, here's the thing. At the end, he goads Bennett into some hand-to-hand combat. Bennett obviously loses his shit. I think it's because Bennett, like I said before, is attracted to Matrix. And in his macho world, these are icky feelings, so he has to kill him so he doesn't have them anymore.
I think it's more, again,
And
he's
that's why he's going to shoot him in the balls.
so attracted to violence, and he hasn't had any in a while, and he's got blue balls at this point.
He says, I'm going to shoot his balls. That's what he
needs
says.
a release, and he wants to fucking get it out on Matrix.
I'm going to shoot you in the balls, John.
Yeah, Bennett is a character that's just hard to get a grasp on. It's really tough. Like, I would like to see a movie on his backstory, him as a child. What happened? How'd you get into this business?
What the fuck, right?
What happened on the school bus? I don't know. Just
tell me, let's get some therapy in here. Let's just talk. Let's talk.
Did you steal other people's Lunchables, or did they steal them from you? What got you to this point?
I agree, man.
And were you playing Dungeons and Dragons and saw somebody wearing chainmail as soon as you got into Def Leppard and the videos?
Or maybe that's when he started having
Joe Elliott was wearing and thought, hey, what if I combine these two? I don't know. Where'd this fucking shit come from?
Maybe when he was playing D&D and he was a younger man and he started having these feelings for other men and they were playing D&D with him and they were wearing chainmail.
Maybe he was playing D&D. He wanted a chainmail outfit, but it was summertime. It was too hot out. So he had to figure out a way I could actually still do this. So I had to go tank top.
Damn skimpy.
It's hot out. So I played Dungeons and Dragons in Louisiana.
So I got a question for you. Who makes the better strain face? Arnold or Stallone? In this movie, we get a little bit of Arnold. There's other ones where he does the,
Can I say neither?
What are you talking about? Do they all sound like they're getting fucked or something?
The strained face. No, you said the strained face.
Strain, S-T-R-A-I-N. Strain face.
The strained face, yes.
Like when he's straining to do an over the top.
But you were saying, like the noise. I'm saying the face.
Well, he makes the noise. No, they make noises when they do. They go.
I'm just gonna say, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't care for either one of their strained.
Who
faces.
does it better?
I don't know,
because they're famous for it. They are famous for that, man. He does it in Rocky. He does it in Over the Top. He does it in other movies like Cliffhanger.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem I have.
Probably did it in fucking Oscar.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Strained to act in that one.
The problem is Stallone, his face when he does it, his lips. It's like every time, like and one goes this way, and one goes this way, and he does something that only regular people can do when they just take their fingers and smush their cheeks like this. Yeah. And you still can't do it. Like, I mean, he does his strained face to the point where it's like Garbage Pail Kid-esque.
Yeah.
With the way the lips go, that it's almost silly.
And then
Schwarzenegger does it,
eyes.
and it's actually is silly.
It's the bug eyes and the
Yeah. Yeah, which that is like goes. I see that shit and just makes me think Total Recall again.
Yes. So which one do you like best? Which one
I
is the
don't
better
want to
one?
pick because I really don't fucking like either one of them.
Oh man.
Like I'll tell you right now. No, let me say something. This is the best way I can explain it. Each one of them, I would have to have them just with a camera on their face in real life, taking a horrendous shit.
And seeing which one
To actually
looks like-
compare who could do a better strain face.
see which one is making the
Like
more realistic
like
strain.
they've been constipated for 4 days after whatever fucking weightlifting diet they're on, and they're taking a shit finally. And I want to see the strained face from that. Then I could actually decide who has a better strained face. If
Yeah.
you're talking about them acting in a movie and doing the strained face, I can't. Stallone,
Okay.
Stallone looks too much like a fucking caricature when he does it.
I was gonna say Stallone, I think, does it better because the roles he's doing it in are better, like arm wrestling or boxing.
Yeah, but you can't say that about the roles. You gotta say about the actual fucking strained face.
And I think it fits better into that. That's why, because
Right.
it feels more natural that he would do that in those.
Yeah, but you're asking who makes the better strained face. Yeah,
so fucking
Schwarzenegger's is more. I don't even know. It's really it's like it's funny because you're asking me this, and I'm like, I could have this same argument, and it'd be just as tough to say who makes the worst strained face.
Okay. Who makes the worst? That's it.
It's so fucking hard to tell. I don't know.
How about this? Anybody listening, send us an email who you think is the better or worse, whichever way you want to
Who's the
go.
worst strainer?
Which, if you tell me the worst, that means I'm going to go with the other one's the better, by the way. Anyways, so at the end of this movie, he kills him with the pipe, and he says his fifth one-liner.
Let off some steam, Bennett.
Yeah, so that's it. He
And I'm
gives
not
us
pretending I can do his accent because I know I can't.
let off
so.
some steam, Bennett.
Bennett. Told you I would be back.
Ah ha ha.
Sarah Connor.
At least Bennett no longer has to feel that hunger for Matrix like he did.
Yeah.
You know?
So again, let's go back though. What I said at the beginning, the fucking steam pipe. What's that all about though?
I don't know what it's going into. Maybe there's something there that
That's
you and
what
I
I'm
just
like,
don't know.
what did he? So Arnold rips a pipe off the wall.
Maybe it was a geothermal
Connected to
pipeline.
nothing at this point, though. It's an empty pipe at this point. Throws it through Bennett, impales the motherfucker. Apparently goes through something else behind him, that tank or something, that's shooting out steam.
Yeah.
But, like, can we really
It could
talk
be
about...
geothermal power. We don't know.
Can we talk about the logistics of that? Just the physics involved of throwing a pipe through somebody. And like of all the bullshit we talked about, what's not believable, the pipe goes through the motherfucker into something else apparently and is shooting out steam.
But here's the question you should have had.
Now he's steamboat.
Isn't that it shot out steam? Is that when it hit in there and it shot the steam out, why didn't the first thing that come out shoot all over Matrix's face? Because it would have had to shoot out whatever organs or entrails are in there.
You would think so.
Yeah, but so why was that all over him? That's the question you should have.
You would think so.
He should be covered in shit. But I got a fact here since we're done here, pretty much. Should we have gotten a sequel, though, first?
I think there is one.
I don't want to know about it. Okay.
No, I actually just only saw this.
With Arnold. I'm talking
when
about
I was
Arnold.
looking this up to watch it, there is a Commando Part 2 that actually I think came out not long ago either.
Oh, okay, but not
It's
but
not
I'm
with
talking
Arnold,
about
no.
I'm talking about originally.
Now let me say how much that pisses me off. You're doing a fucking sequel. Well, I always hate when they do sequels without the original actors.
Yeah. Well,
But
at
then
least
you
one
do
of them.
it fucking decades later.
At least Radon Chong could be in it. What's she
Don't call
fucking
it
doing?
Commando 2. What the fuck is the point? Do you really think people give a shit?
Yeah, don't call it Commando 2. Call it something else, and then you can say it's a spiritual
I tell
sequel.
you right now, here's the other thing. If you got me a sequel, Commando 2, with Schwarzenegger and Radon Chong, who gives a shit?
Now, but here's the thing: even if you wanted to have another one and have characters that weren't them in it, it's very hard since he killed every fucking one of them.
But give me Commando 2 with Alyssa Milano and Tony Danza. I'm interested.
I'm in.
in.
Although Tony Danza's kind of a tool now, but I can.
Now he's always been a tool.
Okay.
But not really. I mean,
True.
hey, he had his run, whatever. Did I ever tell you that story?
You told me a story about Tony Danza.
I did.
I don't
did
remember it
on an
though.
episode.
That's the problem. I'll forget. As soon as it went in, it went out.
Oh, I'll tell you again. So we haven't
Yeah.
recorded. So he, I think I did say this on our podcast, possibly. I don't know. Or maybe I just told you. Anyway. So my hometown, he did a show there.
Yeah.
At the theater.
I don't remember this. No.
Oh, okay. So he was staying at the hotel my sister was working at the time. So she got to meet him, say hi and everything.
Mints on the pillow?
No. Heineken and water galore in the room.
Okay.
She said he smoked like a chimney and all he wanted was a shit ton of Heineken and water.
Beer and water, okay.
That was his request. That's what he would have in his room.
All right.
Is a shit ton of Heineken and a shit ton of water. And he smoked like crazy.
Don't want none of that.
He's the boss. There you go.
Who's the boss? Who's the boss?
So I got another tangent though. She also got to meet the band that does the theme song to Saved by the Bell.
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome.
That was cool too.
That's better than Tony Danza.
Oh,
all right.
way better. Duh.
So in this movie, I got a fact for you. While it may not be the largest body count in movie history, it has a body count of 81, which is pretty good going. This included stabbings, shootings, rocket launcher explosions, grenades, explosives, being dropped off a cliff, and of course, by letting off some of the steam.
So, it's funny you say that because we gave so much shit about Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
And those types of movies where you have all this carnage going on through town. And the body count's way higher. You just don't.
Oh, fucking A. We know that. We talked about it.
See it, but it happened.
In number 8, we specifically talked about New York City when all those cars were being drawn in.
Yeah.
There has to be like thousands.
Right. And they don't show it, so it's like it didn't happen.
And in the 9th one, when they're going down that road and they destroy everybody's car that they drive to work, fuck them. And there's people there. Or Rio in 5 when they're dragging around that safe. No one died in that bank when that thing went in there. Fuck. Just saying, they killed some people. In that movie. Totally. That franchise. But it's a good movie franchise, so it's all right. We'll accept it. And we'll talk about why we'll accept it when we get to Dirty Dancing. Anyways.
Oh, yeah. There goes my tease, you dumbass.
Oh, sorry. Well, you can still tease it. So here we go. It's your favorite time.
Time to rate it?
No, memorabilia time.
Memorabilia, yes.
I had on here Bennett's outfit. Is that what you would have taken?
Just the shirt.
Okay. So I'll change mine since you want that.
Well, I don't want it because it's kind of weird.
No, since you would pick that.
The chainmail shirt is like, you have to have that.
So what I would take is the porn rig from the room next door if you take his shirt.
The rig?
Yeah, the camera and everything.
So you could say we did podcasting with a former porn rig? Is that why?
Yes, man.
This broadcast brought to you by Max Equipment from 1985.
Tits and ass.
Unless you just take the girl, if that counts.
Just the whole couple.
I'm sorry. Like, I gotta be perverted for a second. Not perverted, but did we ever actually see her boobs?
Barely. I
feel like cutscenes. We never saw nipples. We just saw the sides of her boobs.
Yeah, side boobs. Okay.
No. I'm just saying. I was like, they actually didn't really show it, did they?
I don't think they did. No, I think it was.
I wonder if that changed the rating at all.
Well, no. It probably could have because they had to cut down on the violence in order to keep in the R rating, I believe.
Right. So I wonder if that was a thing too, though.
They
They
took
had
out
it-
the tits so they
the
could put the
boobage,
arm chop in.
because you never actually saw the boobs. You saw parts of them, but they were still partially covered.
They probably covered the tits so that they could chop off an arm and cut off the top
Seriously,
of a head.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
That's the-
I think that had to be something in the negotiations with that.
Because the people who do that probably think it's more egregious to see someone's breasts
And
that
isn't it,
every other person has than to see a head getting chopped off.
isn't it so funny how stupid the censors are with that?
I would agree.
The shit that they will make concessions for. Like,
It's
wait,
like,
hold on. Trade me 2 nipples for 1 decapitation, partial decapitation, only partial, Arnold. Just cut off a quarter of his head with the saw
and one
and
arm.
1 arm.
There you go.
Wow.
All right. Are you ready to rate this thing up?
I'm ready to rate it.
All right. Here we go. When we think of 80s action movies, this is probably near the top. It moves along nicely, and we get an epic body count. Like we said, 81. That's a lot of bodies.
Yeah.
It comes with the one-liners. Like we said, there's like 5 or 6 of them in here. And has a despot from a fictional Latin American country. So, it has pretty much everything. So if you had your 80s action cliche bingo card, you could probably yell bingo now, because this was a coverall, people. And the soundtrack, I would think we didn't even spend some time on that.
The
James
metal
Horner's
drums. Yeah.
steel drum soundtrack.
Steel drums.
Oh, it was awesome. The only thing it was missing, and I think it tried to hit on it, was the romance angle. Because Matrix and Cindy had no chemistry
No.
whatsoever.
And yet they flew away together.
But this movie, it's hard to rate because in some ways, movies like this are so bad, they're good. So if I were going on Commando the ride, let's see, I'd give it 15.5. Above average.
All right.
Above average.
Okay. So having just watched this again for the first time in many, many years, the plot is shit. It's one of those movies. The plot's shit. Okay.
What plot?
Exactly. What plot? That's about how you would describe it. A lot of the effects, the everybody dying. That's what it was back then. Ray Dong Chong is annoying as fuck in this movie to me. More annoying now than she was back then.
Yeah.
Because again, it's like, dude, you really, other than knowing how to fly a plane, you really didn't help out much. Not so much. You almost fucking ruined everything. And then to top it off, we have Alyssa Milano before she's even a sex symbol. So that fucking sucks. Damn it. But anyway, there's like no Embrace the Vampire, Poison Ivy 3, none of this shit. Nothing.
You're like Bennett. You're all worked up.
Wearing
no
overalls
release.
and she's fucking 12. No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, I watched this again and I'm like, I still fucking like this movie. And I'm like, God damn it. I still fucking like this. Arnold getting into his shit, ready to kill a bunch of fucking people. Look, the cheesy one-liners are stupid. I know you called them out. They're stupid. It's fucking dumb. Okay? Fucking dumb. But again, it is what it is back then. And I'm still like watching it. Like, I'm still so fucking entertained by this. And I don't know why, but I am. And I'm not an action movie guy either. We've already talked about
No, he's
that.
not.
I'm not. There's action movies I like. It's just not like my favorite thing. But I'm like, fuck, man, I still like this. It's fucking Commando, bitch. I'm giving it 18.
Whoa, he went heavy on that.
It's Commando.
You think it's better than every Fast and Furious movie based on your ratings?
That was my shit back then. Oh, dude, I'll fucking take Commando over any of that.
No, Fast 5 is way better movie than
No.
this.
Because you know what? You don't have that if you don't have Commando.
You're a crack.
Exactly. I am on crack.
All right.
Look, there's no Vin Diesel without Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let's say that.
All right.
All right. So our average. Oh, this is interesting. 16.75 cans for Commando is our average. Let me just give you one other reference that also is 16.75 cans.
6. Fast and Furious 6.
Over the Top.
Over the Top? Well, that's because of you. I scored that one.
Oh, no. No. Oh, no, tick on my balls. You scored at 16 and a half. I scored at 17.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
So shut the fuck up.
I thought it was a better movie then. It is more entertaining than. It has some things. I like the arm wrestling better than the arm wrestling ending, better than this ending.
Would you take a mashup movie of Commando and Over the Top? Arnold and Alyssa Milano with Sylvester Stallone and whatever the fuck guy's name is play this kid.
Could you imagine that?
Those two, no. The kid and Alyssa Milano get married, and it's a meet the parents thing between Sylvester Stallone.
Now?
Yes.
That'd be fucking awesome. Yeah. Okay. I'm in.
There you go.
I'm in. What else do we have there? Anything else interesting?
Around that 16.75. That's the most interesting one I think we'll get.
Oh, I thought maybe a Fast and Furious might pop up.
I'm not fucking looking at those because I don't care.
It doesn't matter. You shouldn't look up by numbers.
All right, fuck you. Actually, 16.75, The Fate of the Furious.
There you go. Good movie.
So
we referenced it in this with the body count.
Identical. 16.75, the first Fast and the Furious.
Oh my gosh.
That was the same score as this. You gave 15.5. I gave it 18.
Fucking A.
There you go.
Fucking A, man.
Mind blown.
Our feelings at the time. You never know. Maybe they could change. We're not going to change them. Scores anyways. So we would like to thank you for listening. We also want to remind you to join our Patreon so you can get some of that bonus content and other fun stuff. For example, we are dropping a bonus episode of You're Going to Have to Wait because Anthony's not sure. There you go.
Oh, it's because you got to wait because it's going to be cool and you got to find out for your fucking self.
Yeah, it's like Anthony waiting for a pimple in his ass to fully, whitehead so he can pop it properly.
No, because that's an ingrown hair. It's not a pimple. I swear to God, it's not a pimple at this point.
Okay.
It's an ingrown hair. The fucking thing is like, I can tell the difference, okay? You can tell when you touch it. It's different.
The pain.
Yeah, the pain is different. You can tell it's different.
Okay.
I know that.
Remember, you can go to sodapopcultureclub.com for all things related to the show, including your chance to make movie suggestions. And our episode schedule is there as well. We are also on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and we have a Twitch channel.
This cheek is different, though. I think that's a boil.
He's feeling his ass, people.
Yeah, this one, no, it's a boil.
It's a boil.
Yeah. I gotta stand up for a while.
We want to give you a little tease as to what next week's movie may be. See if you can guess what it is, Anthony.
Watermelons.
Watermelons. And as always, thanks for listening. Is there anything else that you have for these people?
I don't know, other than the different things on my ass right now. Thank you guys for listening. We do appreciate it. Arnold Schwarzenegger rules times a million, and he does make a crappy, weird face when he's under duress.
Okay.
Thank you guys. See you next time.